beautiful day out here. It's February. What day is today? The 18th? Hard to believe the Ice Bowl was a week ago already. This is first cast. I just cast it over the dock. Just cast it right over the other dock, which was not my intention. Let's focus here for a second. Focus, grasshopper. Focus. Problem is, your focus needs focus. All right. Hey, man, look at everybody joining. What's up, everybody? Let's start this all over again. Happy Saturday. Man, what a beautiful day. Look at that thing. I don't know if anybody knows what that is up there. Doesn't get any better than that. My whole tripod situation is not the most fluid thing in the world here. My tripod game is weak this morning. Thought about asking Courtney to come out here and be the camera person, but then I thought better of it after it started blowing out here. So I finally got my rods last night. We're going to go through and talk about them for a second. I got to move just back here slightly out of the wind, just because I don't want this thing to go flying. It's got my phone on it. So I got my rod order from JT Rods yesterday. Came home from work. It had been delivered. Courtney didn't tell me about it. She wanted to be a surprise. I walked in the door and I saw the tube and I was like, yes, yes. So I got 5 rods in the mail yesterday. I'll go through one a day, but this is the Black Rain 6'3" medium rod. I opted for a full handle, no seat. You know, not full handle, the split handle, but no real seat. So this has their Sure Grip tape on it. On this, the black, and then this is the reel tape to adhere your reel to the handle. This 6'3" rod is going to be my primary blade rod. And for me, I like to have my hand in front of the reel. I'm all the way in front. A lot of guys do it, you know, one, two, however. I do it, everything is forward of the reel. And so this is nice, and I like the way this is because modern reel seats, for me and my taste and how I fish, modern reel seats are so minimalist that I want a little more than because the minute you would put your hand, so like this would be the end, here's the foot of your reel, and then this would be the end of that reel seat. On the forward side, there would be no foregrip. And for certain applications, for me, I love it. I know some guys love it all the way around, all the time. I just like to have my hand in front when I'm jigging, and to me it's a little faster. And so I'm doing one of these like that, you know, and so this allowed me to put it where I wanted to, and the weight and the balance. And this is a 3000 series Lose. There's my balance point right there. It's fast. It's Fasty Fasterson. So yeah, I've been out here. I have been fishing off the dock here quite a bit. I mean, I live on a nice little stretch of river actually, and especially for fishing sake. And there's 2 transitions with a rock pile, and then a shoal that comes up offshore, a point. Well, I don't know. I don't know. it's where it was dredged and it came up on an old island. And all they did was they took the top of the island off because it was outside the main channel. And I kind of live in a little bay right here, even though it's in the river. It's on an outside bend, but the current stays out here in front of me. So like my docks and everything, nothing. Of course, nobody in here, believe it or not, nobody in the river takes their docks out. I don't either, and I don't know anybody else that does in here. Even though the ice comes down in the spring. So I'm out here casting this morning, and I was up all night last night when we got home from the boat show, rigging rods, and I thought I had more line than I did. I got to put a big Cortland line order in because everything that I just respooled doesn't have enough on it, so they got to be respooled. But whatever, at least I got enough stuff to. I'm moving reels around and figuring out what I want to go on what rod, and which I love. I mean, that's part of fishing, you know. And it's like this has just kicked off my open water season. Finally getting my rods, and I can get out there and start really moving and grooving. I got to get back into content. I have not done enough fishing in the last 2 months. I needed a little break, but I'm itchy McItcherson. And we've been at the boat show for the last 2 nights. So we went Thursday night and Friday night. We've been in both buildings, both nights. My name is Matt, and I love boats. I like to rub my hand along the nice shiny hulls when they're brand new and there's no oxidation on that fiberglass. Like, I like the smell of new boats. I like the look of new boats. I like to go look in new boats. I like to open up hatches and look in spots and see what I would do with, you know, if it was my boat, how would I set it up and what would I put in that, you know, compartment. And I love boats. I've been out them my whole life and I love them, and I don't ever get tired of looking at them. Now, my wife, on the other hand, would beg to differ when I said, hey, let's go again today for the third day. She goes, we've seen everything. I go, I don't, maybe we haven't, you know, maybe there's a couple we missed. It's possible, you know. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to go back, but I sure do like looking at them. I got to talk to a lot of great people. Quite a few people from the show last night, when I started talking to them, are going to be vendors for us at Walleye Fest, at the outdoor show on the festival grounds at Walleye Fest. It was awesome. Awesome, man. It was had such a great night last night. Got to talk to a lot of great people. Saw a few friends, made a couple new friends. Yeah, it was fantastic. Loved the boat show. Sounded like gunshots. I don't know. Let's hope not. Let's go see who's here. Man, there's a lot of you guys. Rumble seat. So Bob, you're gonna love this. So we're going. I forget what kind of boat we were looking at, and the back swim deck. Okay, part of it came up like this, like you would have in the backrest of the seat in a center console, where it could go like this if you were driving, or this if you were in the back fishing. Well, it did the same thing, and it came up as a backrest, like a chaise lounge in the middle of the sun deck. And I looked at Courtney and I go, hey, look, it's a rumble seat. She goes, huh? I go, it's a rumble seat. It's like it comes up, and that's where you sit, like the old cars with the rumble seat. And there's people right now that don't know what I'm talking about. And I go, I got a rumble seat. She goes, Bob? I go, yeah. I go, he's mine now. So I said, so I was thinking about you last night, buddy. Who's here? Bob, Jim G, Merlin, Eric. Eric Wisniewski, man. Looks like you and Troy had a day yesterday with Shane Thomas, man. I've known Shane since we were kids, man. Guiding together. A good fisherman. Looks like you guys had a lot of fun yesterday. Right on. Congratulations. Alex Peer, good morning. Scott Duranda, good afternoon. Not yet, buddy, right? I'm still got time. I've been playing with my rods all morning. Over and over and over. Just playing with them and playing with them and playing with them. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm the only one, but, you know, especially with the long rods, I like to play with them now, too, after playing with the short rods all winter. So, I'm a I'm a dirty jigger that likes to play with my rods. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's just who I am. You're gonna have to accept me for it. Oh God, Nat Lussey, Rick Mansell, Mark Webb, Alex Peer. I need focus. That's called coffee. Hiram, Don Terry, George Parson, Schmitty, CS or C Schmitty 75. Wouldn't let me chat, damn it. Ha. Ow, ow, ow. And I just shoved that hook right in my thumb. Dummy. Spy balloon in the sky? Yeah, that big braid thing up there. I always split the pinky. Really? So you're way back here. You're three fingers behind? Everybody's different. It's just it's all in. Like I say, I have gotten very used to doing it in front, and now I can adjust exactly where it is, which I like a lot. I like having the option. They make these rods. There's 3 different handle choices for most every model, and when you go to the website and you pick out and start customizing your rod, there are some customizable things. What handles you want, or reel seats. I think some of them, depending on the model, you can pick different guides. Some of them have options for wrap colors. Some are standard for a series. So there is a fair amount of customization you can do on these JT rods. The link and everything is down below. But I'm looking forward to really putting these through their paces with every passing day. It's getting close. That lake opened up yesterday, so. Jim and Kerry Carker. Tony Bufo, good morning, sir. Nat Lusty, Fasty McFasterson. E-Tricks. I have never caught anything on that river between the dam at Red Onion and the 81 bridge. Oh, there's some good fishing in here. But then there's a lot of spots that look really fishy that are they're just not there. And so I don't know if it's a lack of overall population, but I mean, I've drifted, Mike Urema and I, one day when we couldn't get out on the main lake, we drifted from 81, we did 4 or 5 drifts up there, came down here in front of my house, because this main channel right here under regular water levels is 20, 21 feet all through here. And quite honestly, you only have really 2.5 months of heavy boat traffic on this river. And even then, early and late, it's very minimal, and I'm sure you could get them. I don't fish in the river as much as I probably should, especially on really rough days. I should probably learn to I don't want to say take the easier way, but come in here. And a new boat with a bow mount will allow me to maneuver and position myself better. My boat is a drifter, and it's really more for open water, longer drifts. In here, it's pretty tight quarters. It's a river, but it's still not a giant river by any means. So, but man, we've caught, off my dock, we used to do a lot of carp fishing and cat fishing. I'm going to do more carp fishing this year, because when we just sit out on the dock in the afternoon or evening, I'll put carp rods out. I always have some pack bait and stuff made up in a 5-gallon bucket somewhere. But my name is Matt, and I am addiction to fishing. Carl Kapfer, good morning. One of the boat show rep vendors was telling me you couldn't keep your hands off his dinghy. Quit playing with your dinghy, blimp. Need a little wind here. You need to lose a couple 100 pounds, blimp. Fucking Chris Farley. God, was there anybody funnier? To get scabs. Jesus, see what I've done? Good morning from Iris and I. Typically fishing. Right on, man. JW, hello, buddy. Tim Graver, man, it's so nice talking to you guys last night. I turned around, I saw your face, I immediately smiled. It was nice talking to you and your wife, and I'm a size yellow and black Sea-Doo 2-up jet ski. If you're looking for a birthday gift for me at any point, or Christmas, or any of the above, ever, anybody, just saying. Listen, you can't get it if you don't say it, right? Randy, seen some pics this morning of guys on ice somewhere. Open water in front of my house. Yeah, Danny and I went to work. We were working north of Bernards Bay yesterday. When we went down the lake, there was a few little spots that were open, but nothing major. By the time we came home, we went to the sandbar for lunch yesterday, about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And we're sitting there, and you could look all the way across the lake at open water the whole way. So, I don't know. And there's a ton of chat, and I got people messaging me, what do you think? And I think people have free will on all sides. Leave it alone, it'll grow. Are you watching SU and Duke tonight? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know when it's on yet. I don't know anything about it, but I will be watching it. Listen, if there's going to be any life on the hill, it's got to start tonight. What they did the other day will be worthless if they get blown out tonight at home. This Duke team is not the Duke teams of old, and neither are we, but I like this team. I like all the parts they have, and they all seem to work. I think they all need to be more confident, and everybody think that they're the man. And then when you're the man, scoring in a score or an assist should count the same in your mind. Because if you don't score, but you get the assist on your buddy who's wide open, which somebody always is, then that should count just as much in the stat sheet. Undervaluing assists, because assists make, especially in college basketball, assists win games. Because when one person, like a Judah Mintz, when he's young and dumb, puts his head down and barrels to the basket, and he's going to do it no matter what. He's easy to defend. It usually ends up in an offensive foul. And in critical points, there's no going back from that. Drive and dish, everybody. And I'll bet you we beat this team tonight. And listen, the Dome's going to be rocking. You just came off of an upset win over a top 20 team. And I don't know what or if Duke is ranked. I don't pay any attention to them. But I'm sure they are. I mean, it's Duke. They could be 500 and they'd still be ranked. Kind of like Georgetown of old. Walleye Fest. I told you guys last night, I got a bunch of vendors already lined up. There's 64 vendor slots. If anybody listening to me knows somebody who might be interested, and it's going to pertain to local, outdoors, something for wives and kids, something that falls into those three categories, charters, guides, is for lodging, those kind of things, get a hold of me. The door is open. The advertising is free. But we want to put together a united face of Central New York to welcome everybody with open arms to Oneida Lake and Central New York region, and show everybody what we got collectively, and to be great hosts and ambassadors to our world-class lake. And listen, for the locals to show the out-of-towners how it's done. Lead the way by example. Absolutely. Right on. How was the meal at Sandbar? Sometimes hit or miss. Listen, we had a burger and I had a tuna melt and fries. So for a quick hot lunch that we could sit down, and so my son's 18 years old, and then I'm trying to focus him on something in life more than, being a space cadet and being an 18-year-old kid. And he works with me when he's not in school. He's finishing up his senior year, and he works with me doing contracting work every day. And I'm trying to show him how you can do things. If you work hard, things will become easier, believe it or not. or if you don't, what you don't get, you know. And I told him, I said, dude, if you were older, we could sit here on a Friday afternoon, have our lunch, have a couple beers, and go home, after that and be done. But that means we kicked it in the ass Monday morning through Friday noon. And then you do stuff like that. That means you get rewarded. By 2:00 in the afternoon, you're out in the boat or on the jet ski or washing the car or packing to go away for the weekend. Man, Friday afternoons is anytime. Any Friday afternoon you get done early is awesome. That was like a holiday for me. So, the lunch was great. The service was quick. If we only had a half an hour, we would have been in and out of there in plenty of time. And the view's great out on the water right there. The view is great. You can see the whole lake all the way across. Mary Burke, good morning. Is that constant motion of your right arm black rain therapy? Yeah, I'm telling you guys. You guys know I'm a dirty jigger. But I'm afraid if I go stand out there and cast while we're talking, that the wind's going to gust and it's going to take my tripod with my phone on it and go boonk into the river. So we're standing back here because I have the boathouse behind me and it's a blocker in case you guys go flying. And I'm nervous. Not really, but TJ's is my favorite north of 49. I've eaten there a couple times. Always been great. Don Birdie, good morning, buddy. Adam Molesky. What day is Walleye Fest? It's May 5th, 6th, and 7th. The kickoff party is Cinco de Mayo, Friday night, May 5th, at the pier. Live music, some walleye talk, probably a lot of walleye talk. Food and drink, live music. Did I say live music? It's going to be a party. It's the kickoff party. It is the Walleye Fest kickoff party, Friday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo starts at 5 p.m. We might even do it earlier if everybody wants to play hooky and I feel sick, I can't go to work, or I need a half a day. I don't know. The Derby starts at 12:01 Saturday morning. 12:01, just like it always did when the traditional opening day was the first Saturday. I was talking to a friend of mine last night about Walleye Fest, and we were talking about all these different scenarios and bouncing ideas around, and man, Chris and I lit it up. I made notes of 2 pages worth of notes while we were talking, and I said to him, I go, it's your opening day, and he goes, because it's weird that it's no longer on opening day, and now opening day can be a different day. And I go, all right, so let's say this year, I don't know if it opens on Monday or Tuesday. It's not as big a deal. Now there's going to be guys that would plan for that and say, oh, okay, I'm going to do this, but most likely most people aren't taking off of work like you would for opening day of deer season, let's say, when it used to be on a Monday. Most guys I just don't think are going to go out and take that day off and make a big special deal out of it, and certainly not as a large group of people. But that opening weekend, you have something to look forward to all week. Friday night, you go and hang out with the boys and listen to the band and toss a few back, and you make plans to meet at the ramp at 4:00 in the morning, we want to be to our spot first, and you can fish in the dark, so it's awesome, And you look forward to that, and that's the tradition. And that's what we're going to do. I forgot what I was saying. Is that you laughing at me inside, babe? Beautiful day, just Paul, right on. What? I thought she was. Oh, the peanut gallery is from up in the window of my house up there. She's watching live up there while I'm doing this. I don't remember what I was talking about. I got distracted, Coach. I'll be up in 2 weeks, staying on the lake. Was going to ice fish, but looks like I'll just be drinking. Oh, listen, bring your boat. If it's possible. If it's possible, bring your boat. I mean, there's no ice in Ontario. You can fish Ontario. You can fish Oswego or in the harbor or along the shoreline. You might, in 2 weeks, you might even be able to fish this open water. It's hard to say. I mean, it's still the middle of February. This could turn around in an instant and be like what it did to us a couple Fridays ago and for 2 or 3 straight weeks. It could easily do that and has done it before. So I don't know. But squirrel. Thinking of going to a Pisa Regional today, that's never a bad problem. When is Cinco de Mayo this year? I'm not answering you, Bob. There's an ice tournament on the east end of Oneida Lake. Most are out of Verona Beach State Park. 22 two-man teams from the Sodus Rochester area. They're out there today. Oh. Feel like company, just Paul. My wife's propositioning strange men on YouTube. All right, this wind's laid down. Let's make a couple casts and then let's say bon voyage for the day. I got a fish, man. What do you want to do with your life? I want to fish. I want to fish. Wouldn't it be awesome if you freaking whaled one right there? That would be cool. I want to fish. Ah, God, this thing is sweet. It's instantaneous. Love the feel for it. So the hand up in this position, for me, is critical. I'm faster. I'm right there. I've got a good, when the time comes, I got a good, solid, positive grip. There's enough grip there width-wise, so you got a pretty good purchase. I just need Teeth McGee to latch onto it. Teeth McGee. That's Tits McGee's older brother. I want to rock. Boom, bum, ba-da-da-da. All right, we're going to make one last one, then we're going to say goodbye. You guys are all going to do something fun today, so are we. I don't know what, but it's a beautiful day out. Freaking beautiful day out. Remember, if you haven't signed up for the Walleye Fest mailing list yet, please get on that. The link is in the description below. And that way you're going to be kept up to the minute. That's 2 copyright violations on you so far this morning. You're doing it wrong, Jack. I tell all my new mommies, enter from the south, exit from the north. Who thinks Michael Keaton is one of the funniest comedians ever? This guy. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Have a great day. And as always, keep your tip up.